Hey YouTube world! So I have not posted a video about our move on here in like 2 months, and I wanted to kind of give you a 5-month post-move update. This is going to be probably pretty short, but I am going to be posting some other videos that kind of just share our journey since we've been here and some things that we've been doing since getting here that don't really have anything to do with like where we live necessarily. So it has been, like I said, 5 months since we moved from California to Northwest Arkansas, and in summary, I guess I would just have to say that this has like been one of the top 5 decisions, like top 5 best decisions that we've ever made. And my husband and I talk about this often. I look at the top 5 decisions I've ever made, accepting the Lord as my Savior, marrying my husband, being blessed with 2 awesome daughters, and then moving to Northwest Arkansas. I mean, hands down, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Has it been all easy? No. Has it been cupcakes and roses and unicorns? No, but it's been amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So now that we've been here, a couple months, we're kind of in a routine, we're getting a little bit more settled, and it's been incredible. There's been some things that I didn't necessarily anticipate being an adjustment that have been an adjustment. There have been some things that were super seamless, and I thought it was going to be an adjustment. So it's been awesome. I do feel like we did a really great job of being intentional and preparing and figuring out, what we need to get in order and budgeting for the move. So looking back at videos that I recorded along the way, I feel like we did about as great of a job as you can. Definitely not perfect, but nothing's ever really perfect. So one of the things that I believe is the greatest blessing that comes from moving here, and this is going to kind of segue into some of the other videos that I'm going to be sharing with you all, is how much more simple our life is. And I think some of it can be attributed to the fact that the pace here is so much slower than California. But even more than that, I truly believe that being in an environment, so putting yourself in a situation where like as a totally clean slate gives you the ability to recreate your habits, and it makes it so easy to kind of just redefine yourself, so to speak. So in California, I know I've used this analogy quite often. It's like we had really, really full hands. Like we had, most of our family was there, our friends, like every place we'd ever worked, all the communities we were in. Like we were born and raised in there. I had moved a ton of times. I think I moved 19 times in the state of California, just within mostly one county, Sacramento County. And then we moved out here. So everything we knew was there. And, it's a blessing to be in your family. It's a blessing to have friends. It's awesome. But there was so much, like our hands were so full. And I wouldn't have considered myself to be a busy person. I wouldn't have considered myself to be someone that like overcommitted. But just by virtue of the fact that we were surrounded with so many people that had expectations of our time or wanted to spend time with us or whatever, regardless of the intentions, like it made for a very hectic and kind of frenetic pace in our lives. So moving out here was like we emptied our hands of everything, and we were like, okay, Lord, like what do you have for us? Like, let's do this. We don't know what this is gonna look like, but we're excited. And we moved out here with a tiny little trailer and ourselves and the possessions we did bring. And I had my business, and that was it. Like my husband didn't have a job or have anything lined up. We had no idea what school the kids were gonna go to. We didn't know where we were gonna be living. Like so many unknowns, and God is just so faithful. I mean, so faithful. I look back now and I'm just blown away by how many prayers were answered. You guys, it's just insane to me to look at now, and I'm so grateful that we took a huge leap of faith in order to see those things happen. And moving here, having basically nothing, hands totally open, we've been able to create new rhythms and decide what's important. And we now have a weekly rest day, which is not something we ever had when we were living in California. If we had a couple of hours after church on a Sunday, we would, our default, always our default was to say, okay, well, we haven't hung out with this grandparent for a while, or, I haven't seen my sister in a few weeks, so maybe we can reach out to her, or, oh yeah, there was a birthday party for this person, we should probably go because we're not doing anything. And our normal was just to like fill in empty space with stuff. And now that we're here, it's been really awesome to just like create margin in our routine and to create just time. Like Sundays are the only day that we're all off together, and we really, really value that time, and we make it a huge priority. I don't do any work on Sundays. We go to church on Saturday nights. We have an awesome community of people that were plugged in at our church on Saturday nights. So we're able to take Sundays and really just be, you know. So if you watch me or follow me on Instagram, you probably see, and it looks like we're out like hiking or at a lake or a creek every weekend, and that's probably because we are. So we go out and do that. You know, Sunday mornings we wake up, and I don't like do chores that day. We don't even really cook. Like, I make sure whatever we needed to eat is prepared before. I mean, call it a Sabbath, a rest day, whatever. It's an awesome time to connect. It's an awesome time to reflect, to pray, just to have that time unplugged. And it literally just rejuvenates my soul. I mean, it's amazing. And I could probably talk about it for a long time, but that's been an incredible gift that I don't know that we would have ever done that if we had not moved. And I'm not saying you have to like move almost 2,000 miles away from everything you've ever known to be able to experience that. But for us, that's just an awesome byproduct of moving out here. So, like I said, top 5 decision. I mean, is Northwest Arkansas perfect? No place is perfect, you know? But it's perfect for us, and I know it's exactly where God has us in this season, and I am so grateful. I'm grateful for the friends that we're making. I'm grateful for our home. I'm grateful for the new opportunities, the way we've been able to serve, the way we've been able to grow, you know, my husband's new career, like so many different things. I cannot say enough how grateful I am. And it feels kind of cool to be posting this video 5 months post-move as kind of like a completion video, which is just so crazy. So if you're just finding me on this channel, definitely go back and watch some of the older videos. It has been such a privilege to connect with so many of you through this YouTube channel. I hear a lot of you guys from a lot of you on Instagram, and you'll reach out, and I just think it's super awesome. So if you ever have any questions about the move or what the process is like, definitely reach out. I'm not always able to respond right away, but I will do everything I can to make sure I respond to those of you that are embarking on a journey like this as well. So definitely stay connected on this channel. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about kind of our journey, but also with some things that have just developed over the time that we moved here. So most of you probably don't know this, but several years ago, we really started embarking on like a minimalist lifestyle. So I wouldn't consider us full-blown minimalists, but we're definitely like semi-minimalists, and really being intentional in our time and with the stuff that we have. So that's been really cool. I'm going to share a little bit about that. And then I'm also going to be talking about some new experiences we've had with spending fasts. Not something I ever thought I would do, but it's been awesome, and I've learned a ton, and it's been really, really revealing. So I'm going to be sharing some videos on this channel about that as well. So as always, I love you all a ton, and we'll be in touch.